that the act of forgiveness might be one of the most obvious or purest examples of like a leap of faith. And I say that, as I often do, from a very logical, almost mathematical perspective, which may seem counterintuitive when it comes to a leap of faith. But walk with me for a second. I think the more I try and understand forgiveness and the power it holds and the dynamics of it and why it's so hard, etc., I think there's a thread to it, which is it benefits us, let's use me in this example, to forgive somebody that has done something wrong to me, rather than to feel vindictive or hateful or looking for like some sort of justice per se, looking for vengeance. That's gonna hurt me more than it helps me. Now, in a mathematical sense, there is some benefit to that, to feeling that, to holding a grudge, to being vindictive. That does give us some sense of consolation. So it's not like it's totally illogical or the math doesn't check out at all. But I think research shows, and logic, big L logic, would seem to suggest that although there is some benefit in that, the benefit is much greater if you can actually forgive that person and move on. Now, that's not to say that they shouldn't be held accountable for their actions or that change isn't required in some way, but allowing yourself to forgive and try and get to a better place and move on is the better alternative. So that seems true and obvious. The problem is, and this is where the leap of faith comes in, the only way for that to work, the only way for you to get the benefit is for you to really mean it, for it to be completely genuine. And I would even go a step further to say that the benefit only takes hold. You only know that the benefit is there and feel it and feel like, okay, this is better, once you've genuinely forgiven, not before, probably not even during. So what that means, logically, is that you have to hit a point where, despite it feeling wrong, despite it feeling worse, you have to be willing to forgive based on a leap of faith that after you do it, the better will come. And that's a hard thing for us to do, right? We talk a ton about the subconscious and how it works and how it's trying to protect us in the moment. And it's very short-sighted, et cetera, et cetera. And if you think of it through that lens, this idea that like, there is no benefit to me in forgiving you right now. Actually, there is pain, there is discomfort for me. I am taking away the tools I have, right? Vengeance, holding a grudge, all those things give me something positive. So you're hurting me, you're taking those away. You're forcing me to forgive somebody that, in theory, I don't feel I want to forgive because I don't see any benefit to me right now. But place that bet, take that leap of faith that it's gonna come later. And like so much stuff that we talk about, when you hear that at a first level, at a superficial level, it's so easy to just nod and be like, yeah, of course, I get that. That's what forgiveness is all about. You forgive somebody, it's hard to forgive, but you do it and you're better off afterwards. But I don't think we appreciate the mechanics of this enough, of literally what this means for us, like in that logical thread, that point in time that hits where we actually have to forgive. Again, two important things. One, it is useless, meaningless, worthless if it is not real and genuine, if you cannot genuinely forgive that person and be ready to move on. And two, you will receive no benefit until it is real and genuine. So you don't have that as a crutch. You don't have that to say, well, this feels good. There's nothing in that moment that tells you like, yeah, here's some positive of me forgiving this person right now. It's the opposite. So to be able to do that, to me, feels like the prime example of a leap of faith that we all feel like we should take, or most of us, myself, I guess I should only speak for, feels like I should take, but it's so hard for the reasons stated in this video to actually do.